Hi everyone. I'm going to be continuing today on the now moment exercises that makes life so much better. So if you've come across this video as the first video on this subject, then go back to that number one, because this is number 3. Okay, so number 1 was giving you the basic awareness exercise, which you do just 1 minute 4 times a day. Okay, so some of you already that are coming to this number 3 video will be already doing that and seeing the amazing difference that you feel because you're present in that holy now moment, because that's what it starts to become when you're realizing your real human technology of being in different states. So the next day, on number 2, what I did was how to use this precious exercise of presence in our everyday lives, like writing, using the keyboard, cutting our vegetables for supper. I went into detail about that and how you can now start to pitch your consciousness, pitch your awareness, so that you are totally present with whatever you do. Because this is how we build the 21-day habit. Remember, this has been proven by science, okay, that it takes 21 days to build a habit. So this is an excellent one. Remember all the bad ones that you've already built. Now we're cultivating who we really are and how we can present on that level in every area of our life. So for those who are continuing now onto this 3rd video, we are going to talk about how to be in relationship with whoever. This is not just about intimate relationships, although this exercise is so very powerful in those intimate moments when you are totally and utterly present, because you get a connection on a soul level with who you're really in relationship with. So beware. If you don't already know who you're in relationship with, if you start to do this next practice when you're in conversation with them next, you're going to find out. And it can be good or bad. Okay? But we're going to look on the good side of this. So start to now listen to the sound of my voice. Don't concentrate on the words. Your human technology is very capable of connecting with the words. I want you to put your attention on the sound of my voice. And as I say this, I am obviously putting the concentration, the attention, which is a much better word actually. Ignore that concentration, because that can take you into a very mind approach, and that's not what we're doing. Use the word awareness, put your awareness on the sound of my voice, or your attention, or even your consciousness when you start to really understand that. Okay? So in life, when we're talking to somebody, we're either, if we're this normal person who's learnt nothing about this human technology and about the soul growth and the awakening journey, self-development, if you are that person who really hasn't changed in any way, then what happens is you're looking for the point when you can bring in your conversation. So your mind is whirring. It's whirling around into the content to find the thing it wants to say, or it already knows and it's on the tip of your tongue, which means you're not present at all with what's being said. You could also be reacting to something the other person's saying. So the storm is already brewing inside you if this is a contentious conversation. So what we're doing here now is you're going to be listening to the sound of the voice. Every time you speak to somebody for the next period of time, you are going to be putting your attention on the sound of their voice. And you receive the information differently. And you're not there wanting to just jump in, okay? But what actually happens here is the energy that you pitch on the sound of the person's voice wakes them up. Think about how this works in situations which are an argument brewing or an argument already in place. Or think about the person, the waffler, who catches you every morning on the train and sits and talks about and talks and talks and talks without consciousness on all subjects that you're not interested in. What you would normally do in that situation with this person on the train is you would appear as if you're listening, but you're really not. So you're really going into a state of very big unawareness, okay? And it's never going to stop that person. Try this. Pitch your attention on the sound of their voice. Come into your presence. Be truly with that person. They may stop completely, immediately, and start reading their paper because they're in shock that they're feeling this acute energy and they can hear themselves waffling, because this is what it does. This wakes the other person up, as well as keeping you very awake and not prepared to go into any unconscious state. So with a waffler, you may just answer and the conversation may end. Or the person may be so shocked that they stop abruptly. Or you are able to say, I have to go now, and move your seat on the train. Or I really have something I need to think about. You're coming into truth. You're not being that person who just goes into this unconscious state every time you're around somebody unconscious. This truly changes everything. If this is an angry argument, it cannot develop with the power of two people's anger when you are in your presence and pitching your consciousness and being awake and aware in the now moment. It's impossible to be in fear, to be in anger, to be in depression, to be in any negative state when you're in the now moment. But the whole quality of what happens is going to depend on how long you can hold it. This is the thing that you're learning now. You may not be able to hold it more than 1 minute at the beginning of an intense argument, and then you're just blowing your top because you haven't built that attention style into your human technology yet. But this truly changes your life. Think long term on this, because this was the one that is just so expansive. It's just so incredible when you're doing it in your life. So I'm teaching you the series of placing your attention in different episodes in your life, because you won't be able to do it all right off. And this is how I was taught it at the mystery school that I attended for a few years. And it's just so powerful. But, if somebody's totally unconscious, I'm just going to tell you a little tale here about what happened to me with somebody that I tried this out on, because I was really excited with what I was learning. So I was using it in all sorts of situations, and I was becoming, like, naturally more present in my life every day, more and more. And there wasn't a lot that could trigger me, because I was also doing the other work about healing my inner child at the same time. But that's going to be on another video. But what I tried was this with this man who lived alone, who was quite egotistical. So he lived within the stories he told, and he was very, he could be very overpowering. You couldn't stop him once he started waffling. And I used to pitch my consciousness on him. And, I don't think I ever got him out of it. And it was, I wasn't around him that often, so I wasn't actually teaching him anything, but I was trying to at least get the response. And some people are like in this hypnotic state, and maybe they're never going to move out of it. So you just move away from that person. This is exactly what I did. It really got time wasting for me to have to listen without being able to take it to a higher level. And this is what it enables you to do. It enables you to take any relationship for you into the next level. Sometimes that means walking away. So you've now got, if you're coming into this video, for the first time on this series, go to number 1, because you need the basics, because you're building that habit in your human technology to be and live in the now moment. But in the beginning, you're starting to get, exciting introductions here. You want the first one, because that's the basic. And then the next one is about using it, like cutting your food, using your computer, writing an essay, you know, being able to see where your mind comes in by trying to draw straight lines while being in the state of presence. That's really amazing, that little exercise. That's on number 2. So stay with me. We're going on to number 4 tomorrow, and we're going to be working even more in depth with this. But all the time, you have exercises here to do, techniques that you can use in a lot of different situations now in your life. So bye for now, but come back for the next video.